our guest of honor, the mayor of the city of Livingstone, your worship, Madam Constance Nalishero Muriawai, the chief executive officer for COMESA Business Council, Mr. Teddy Subramanian, the director of payments for Bank of Zambia, Mrs. Miriam Kamuhuza, Ms. Tola Adebayo, representing the CEO for United Bank of Africa, Mrs. Linus Nkungula, CEO for Bankers Association of Malawi, chairperson of Cross Borders Association of Zambia and the region, Mr. Goodson Mbewe, members of CBC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, all protocols observed. On behalf of the CBC CEO, let me welcome you all to this launch of the proof of concept, as well as the prepaid cards for cross-border traders. Please feel free and you are welcome. At this point in time, without much ado, I will invite on stage Mr. Teddy, the CEO for the CBC CEO, to give his opening remarks as well as set the tone for the launch. So, welcome on the podium, Teddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am privileged to speak to you today on behalf of the COMESA Business Council, and indeed on behalf of the COMESA Secretary General, who unfortunately could not be with us this morning, having prior engagement, but we have a full support in what we are doing to promote trade in the COMESA region. Our purpose in convening today is to introduce an innovative and transformative initiative that will revolutionize cross-border trade in Zambia and in the broader COMESA region. I am therefore pleased to present to you the COMESA prepaid card, a pioneering solution that falls under the CBC flagship project, the Digital Financial Inclusion Program, which we are currently implementing in the whole of the COMESA region. Ladies and gentlemen, before delving into the intricacies of this initiative, it is imperative for me to contextualize its significance. Within our region, small and medium-sized enterprises, or should I say also micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, serve as the linchpin of our economic landscape. Let me give you an example. In Zambia alone, an astonishing 97%, yes, 97% of all businesses belong to this category of SMEs or MSMEs. Collectively, these SMEs, they employ over half of our workforce in Zambia. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, these enterprises grapple with a multitude of challenges, ranging from unforeseen financial exigencies to constrained access to capital, primarily due to their limited credit histories. Consequently, their potential for growth remains largely untapped, and the journey to scalability remains an arduous one. Notably, a significant proportion of these businesses operates within the informal sector, with an overwhelming 9 out of 10 enterprises in Zambia falling under this classification. Despite many entrepreneurs possessing transactional accounts, the prevalence of cash transaction persists, with a substantial majority, 53% to be precise, yes, 53% to be precise, favoring cash over digital payment platforms. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, cross-border traders, in particular, our brothers and sisters in this room, have engineeringly devised their unique payment methodologies, no doubt about that. But these are inefficient ways for conducting transactions at times. They often rely on informal conduits, entrusting their funds to individuals, various individuals, or even bus drivers for the purpose of cross-border money transfers. While this approach holds practical merit, there is no doubt about that, it carries inherent risk. Furthermore, conventional payment platforms, including mobile money, have some challenges when it comes to facilitating seamless cross-border transactions. In this intricate landscape, the COMESA Business Council discerns a unique opportunity for transformative change. We firmly assert that prepaid cards can bridge these yawning gaps, offering cross-border traders a secure, efficient, and user-friendly solution. These prepaid cards, underwritten directly by cross-border traders, circumvent the requirement for traditional bank accounts, rendering them accessible to both urban and rural population, including those who are unbanked. Beyond the facilitation of cross-border payments, these versatile cards empower traders with access to cash via ATMs, enable purchases at merchant establishment, and facilitate seamless online transaction. Let me tell you, Madam the Mayor, that we did some tests yesterday and the day before of the cards. We went to Zimbabwe. We tried to test the card to see whether they were working. They were working brilliantly between the two borders. And we intend to replicate it with other borders as well. So this expanded array of functionalities opens new vistas of cross-border traders, empowering them to engage in online e-commerce and also thereby catalyzing the growth of their businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, in the realization of this initiative, we are proud to announce our collaboration with UBA Zambia, represented this morning by Mrs. Tola, a financial institution, yes, UBA, a financial institution renowned for its exceptional track record in prepaid card services across Africa. UBA's prepaid card stands as a secure and globally accepted solution fortified with safeguard against fraudulent transactions. Our primary focus remains steadfastly on cross-border traders, with a special emphasis on women and youth. You can see in terms of representation in this room this morning, who have women and youth have historically found themselves marginalized within the contours of the formal financial ecosystem. During the pilot phase, we shall disseminate, that's only during the pilot phase, 500 co-branded cross-border prepaid card at strategically vital border points encompassing Lusaka, COMESA cross-border market, Nakonde, Tanzania border, Kasumbalesa, DRC border, Mwami Chinji, Malawi border, of course, Livingstone, Zimbabwe border, and Kasungagula, Botswana border. The anticipated impact of this initiative is nothing short of monumental. First, it's going to enhance security, shielding against theft and fraud. It's going to reduce costs by eliminating intermediaries, bolstering capital. Rapid payment for faster deliveries and increased trade. solidified trust through instant transaction, enabling credit-based deals, digital empowerment for global market reach, unmatched convenience, 24/7 accessibility, and easy reload options. Distinguished delegates, in conclusion, the COMESA prepaid card represents a transformative step toward empowering SMEs, women, and young people, enhancing cross-border trade, and promoting financial inclusion. We invite all stakeholders, including government bodies, financial institutions, and the business community at large, to join us in this endeavor. Together, we can unlock the potential of cross-border traders and foster regional economic growth. I thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
So at this point in time, let me also invite Mrs. Tola Adebayo, who is the country head of digital banking for United Bank of Africa, to give some few remarks. Thank you.
Our guest of honor, Your Worship, the Mayor of Livingstone, the Chief Executive Officer for COMESA Business Council, Director of Payments for Bank of Zambia, CEO of Bankers Association of Malawi, Chairperson Cross Border Association, members of CBC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, all protocols observed. You're all welcome to today's event, and we thank you for coming. I first want to appreciate CBC for the opportunity to partner with them. We are really grateful because, like it has been said, we've been on this journey for over 1 year, and today it's become a reality. Thank you, CBC, for the opportunity. And we're also very grateful for the support by our regulator for the guidance in the product that we roll out. Because the product basically is for the financial inclusion agenda for the nation of Zambia. And to roll out the product, we cannot do without a regulator. So we want to also say a very big thank you to Bank of Zambia for guiding us and supporting us as we move to work together in ensuring that we improve on the financial agenda and the inclusion agenda we have for the country of Zambia. Thank you so much. Having said that, what is the prepaid card we're talking about this morning? We've been on this journey in the last 3 days. We've been training our cross-border traders on how to use the card, and it has been very exciting looking at the fact that the card is very much welcome and the feedback from everyone in the training session. So prepaid card actually is a virtual card. It's not physically linked to a bank account, and it allows anyone who is not yet banked or in the informal sector to actually be allowed to start banking, and is an opportunity to introduce everyone to banking with ease. Notwithstanding it's a prepaid card, the regular KYC is still being done. We don't want to know who are you. Our KYC, you need to have your NRC, you need to have your TPIN, you need a phone number, you need an address, you need a picture. We need to know who you are. So the KYC, as guided by the regulator, is also being taken into consideration, irrespective of the fact that we said it might not be a physical bank account, but it's still a virtual bank account. And we're grateful for the support and the understanding in ensuring that the cards that has been given to some of the cross-borders, they are able to provide all the necessary information required. And the card we're talking about, the COMESA prepaid card, is also a card that allows the cross-border to do their business with ease, encouraging them And by so doing, it does not have a monthly fee. There is no monthly fee on this card. And as said, that there is no monthly fee, the card is reloadable. They can put money anytime they need to travel, and they are able to do their business and their trading in any of the countries of COMESA or wherever they find themselves with ease. The card is highly secured with chip and pin. Once the card is lost, the funds are still very much intact, as long as the PIN or the password is not shared with anyone. I remember we emphasized this in the training, that the password and your PIN should not be shared. Your card has to be well kept. The way we keep our NRC so dearly, the card also must be kept dearly, simply because that is your money. So basically, as we talk about the card, once it's lost, the fund is still there. And the card is globally acceptable. Wherever we find ourselves, we can use the card. So indirectly, what it means is the cross borders, they can travel, do their business with ease. Instead of carrying cash, they are carrying their cash in form of a card. So when we travel with the prepaid card, we're still able to do every form of transaction that needs to be done. Payments that needs to be done, pay for the hotel, pay for whatever we're buying, pay for the goods, pay for the services, but instead of cash, now is going to be in a card form. The card is also linked to a USSD on *822# for more value-added services. Like we were explaining during the training, if you have your card and you need more funds, you can transfer money from your bank account into your card. You can get money from family and friends when you are stuck or you need more funds through mobile money into your card. We can do also card-to-card transfer. If a trader needs to transfer funds to another trader for them to purchase some goods for them, or there is need for cash, they can actually send funds to them by card-to-card transfer. So basically, we're trying to ease the life of the traders. Instead of carrying cash, they have their card, but still accessible to any form to receive funds when there is need. And the card is user-friendly, very convenient, seamless, easy to be used, flexible in all ramifications. As said, there is still value-added services. And on these same value-added services, on USSD, which is *822#, you can still pay your bills. You don't need to withdraw cash to pay bills. You can pay your bills. You can even pay for some goods and services. There are so many other things that can be done in the card. On the card, if you still have funds on the card, the funds is still intact and is still there. Like I said, that there is no monthly fee on the card. It's just to encourage our traders to ensure that they don't always move with cash. Your funds can still be kept on the card. And again, the PPC, the prepaid card, allows all the traders to also save. Instead of putting the funds maybe under the pillow, in the box, or kept somewhere in cash form, the card allows you to still keep the funds. You don't have to withdraw, like I said, and there is no need to continuously keep some cash in the box or elsewhere, but the card can also be on the card. The digital financial inclusion agenda for the cross-border traders is actually to support in the improvement and increase of the standard of living for the cross-borders. With this is an opportunity for the traders also to build financial history. And this allows them opportunity to also access loans from the bank. Because if there is no financial history, there is no way a bank will accede to grant loans when there is need for it. So with this prepaid card by COMESA, it allows every trader to build a financial history that allows them in any other place. It doesn't have to be UBA, but if you are being required for your statement of account, it can be printed out and can be used to access loans. Having said that again, we want to say a very big thank you for the opportunity by CBC for this great initiative. I was wondering during the training to say, why have we waited for this long to do this? But it's better late than never. So we thank CBC, that is the COMESA Business Council, for this great initiative to come up with a solution for all the cross-border traders in Zambia, over 40,000, to be able not to continuously carry cash for all their businesses, but convert the cash to card. That is a digital financial opportunity and a digital financial inclusion for all the cross-border traders to always have opportunity to keep and retain their funds. There is so much that happens, like we were sharing in the training, when we carry cash. We actually also lose value. What if something happens? What of theft? What do we do? But with this initiative, we're very grateful, CBC, for this one, the COMESA prepaid card for the cross-border traders. And we're also so grateful also to Bank of Zambia, our regulator, for guiding us and ensuring that this product comes out well for everyone. And to you, our cross-border traders, we're so grateful for the way you have given us feedback, and there is still much room for improvement in what we're doing right now. So to everyone, we say thank you. And to our mayor, we thank you for granting us opportunity to be in Livingstone today. Thank you so much, and thank you, everyone.
For the bank to participate in the launch of the COMESA cross-border prepaid cards for micro, small, and medium enterprises being hosted by the COMESA Business Council in partnership with the United Bank for Africa. I'm speaking on behalf of the Deputy Governor Operations, who unfortunately was not able to join us this morning. Let me start by commending COMESA Business Council and UBA for this innovative solution targeted at MSMEs involved in cross-border trade, for the efforts in migrating MSMEs to digital financial services. This partnership also drives home the point that solutions that we seek may already be with us, if only we can collaborate more. Ladies and gentlemen, customers continue to demand for enhanced customer experience, convenience, security, and the ability to conduct frictionless payments. It is thus important that we utilize technology to satisfy the customer aspirations in the payment systems landscape and thereby achieve efficiencies for the economy as a whole. The growth and competitiveness of MSMEs has, however, been inhibited or limited by lack of data and also financial solutions that are designed specifically for this business segment. This is partially as a result of MSMEs using cash to transact, which exposes them to the risk of theft, as mentioned. There's also the risk of loss. There's also lack of transaction history. We don't know what is going on in your businesses, so we don't know how we can help you. So this data is missing once you use cash. When you migrate to digital financial services, we're able to see what you are doing, and we're able to position ourselves better in order to help yourselves. Therefore, the introduction of the COMESA cross-border prepaid card for MSMEs is a great achievement, as it helps to resolve some of the challenges that the MSMEs may be facing. So in terms of access to financial services and products, ladies and gentlemen, MSMEs face many challenges. I think during the week you have discussed those many challenges, but I'll highlight just a few. Some of them are related to the financial products and services, and also financing options. How do you finance your businesses? How do you grow your businesses sustainably? So the inability to access financial products and services has been largely attributed to information asymmetry between financial service providers and MSMEs. The COMESA cross-border payment prepaid card, therefore, creates an opportunity for collection of data on transactional behavior, which can be used to assist MSMEs engage in cross-border trade in the acquisition of tailored products and services and various financing options. In addition to this, the solution provides an opportunity to develop more client-centric products and services owing to the transactional information that will be obtained from the product usage. So please use this product. Distinguished guests, innovation and technological advancements are progressively altering and redefining financial services, most notably through increased adoption of the usage of digital financial services. Technology is significantly changing the way we are doing business by ensuring that there's convenience, there's ease with which goods and services are acquired, and also how payments are done. Indeed, the use of technology has led to increased competition. It has resulted in the introduction of innovative, customer-centric products and services, and this has ultimately contributed to increased financial inclusion in Zambia. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talking about financial inclusion, the most recent FinScope survey that was conducted in 2020 showed that the levels of overall financial inclusion had increased by 10.1% to 69.4% from 59.3% in 2015. And this was mainly attributed to the use or the uptake of digital financial services. The COVID pandemic also led to further increase of digital financial services as we experienced restrictions on person-to-person contact with general need to transact digitally. Financial service providers should therefore, and yourselves, should therefore take advantage of this increased demand for financial services, digital financial services, by developing or using innovative products such as the one that is being launched today. Ladies and gentlemen, to support the growth in access and usage of digital financial services, the bank has undertaken several initiatives over the years to scale up the quality and the safety of digital financial services. The bank, in collaboration with various stakeholders, has been over the years formulating and executing 5-year national payment system vision and strategies since 2002. The aim of these strategic documents has been to develop and modernize the payment systems in Zambia, whilst ensuring safety and efficiency of payments. A safe, reliable, efficient, and well-functioning national payment system contributes to the stability of the financial system as a whole. The execution of these strategies and other measures taken by the bank and key stakeholders has resulted in exponential growth in mobile payments. More recently, the value and the volumes of mobile payments grew by 74.6% to 295.8 billion from 89, and also in terms of volumes, the volumes grew by 89.6% to 1.6 billion transactions between 2022 and 2021. When you talk about the volumes of the point of sale, where you now use your prepaid cards, these also increased by 81.1% to 111.4 billion. And the volumes also increased by 31.9% to 60.1 million transactions that were done during the same period, 2022 and 2021. The active mobile money accounts, I saw a lot being talked about the mobile and how you can use the phone. The active mobile money accounts have also grown from just about 4 million at about 2019 to over 10 million active accounts. So you've got 10 million people now actively using mobile money in 2023 as compared to the 4 million in 2019. So I'll just highlight some of the initiatives that the Bank of Zambia has undertaken with the various stakeholders to achieve the growth that you are currently seeing in mobile payments or digital financial services. First of all, we introduced the National Financial Switch which you are now using. When you swipe your prepaid card, the transactions will be processed through the National Financial Switch. You've also got ATM withdrawals that are facilitated through this platform. We also have instant payments. You can now send wallet to bank, bank to wallet. You can send from one bank account to another bank account, another wallet from another service provider. Instantly, you get your credit. We have also introduced some time back tiered or simplified due diligence. We noted that it was quite difficult for some of you to collect some of the KYC data that was needed for you to open accounts. So we introduced tiered or simplified due diligence for mobile money and cross-border money transfers. We also went ahead to increase the balance and the transaction limits for electronic money and also cross-border transactions. We even provided for simplified due diligence for MSMEs. You now have your own bracket where you can have higher transactions. We've also provided a section where you can provide simplified due diligence as MSMEs. So we have also have been conducting sensitization campaigns. These are done on an annual basis, and we promote the use of digital financial services. The Bank of Zambia governor, as some of you may note, launched the Go Cashless campaign, in which we're calling for all stakeholders, including yourselves, to use digital products instead of cash wherever possible. We must take advantage of this, as using digital payments creates opportunities for various stakeholders, including individuals and MSMEs, to do business better. An MSME is able to build a credit history, I think that was talked about, that allows them greater access to various financial services. Building credit history is critical. I'll say this again. Building credit history is critical for you to increase access to financial services and also to facilitate growth and expansion of your businesses. Credit history is important. And a product such as the one that is being launched today allows you to go digital. It provides that opportunity for you to grow and expand as businesses. The sensitization campaigns also cover the safety tips. I was happy when it was mentioned that when you get your prepaid cards, after today, please keep them safely. I also had this point. And please do not share your PIN. We're not going to migrate you into digital services without also telling you how to use them safely. So keep your PINs safe and do not share them with anybody. That's your own personal key or access to your funds. The minute you give it to somebody else, it's like handing over your key to somebody else to have access to your funds. So please do not share the PINs. We are committed to fostering an environment that promotes innovation. It supports financial inclusion and secures our digital financial system ecosystem while maintaining financial stability. However, even if there has been noted growth in the DFS space, there are some concerns that the Bank of Zambia would like to raise, and some of these include the infrastructure that is needed in rural areas. We don't want to leave anybody behind. So even those in the rural areas, we want them to be able to have access to networks and also access to digital financial services. So this is critical and key. We also are concerned or thinking around the cost of financial services. How do we make it cheaper for yourselves? How do we make it cheaper for Zambia, for MSMEs to do business at a lower cost? So in order to encourage the adoption and the use of DFS, it's important that the pricing of such services are cost reflective and are set at levels where both the financial service provider and the customer benefit from affordable pricing. This is even more critical for MSMEs whose margins are not able to absorb significant increase in costs. In this regard, The bank issued the directives on the prohibition of unwarranted fees or charges. However, we still feel that more can be done in this space by leveraging technology. The bank will continue to encourage financial service providers to look at their prices in order to gain from technological developments and economies of scale. There's another issue of cyber fraud and cyber security. We will continue to migrate. As we continue to migrate customers to digital technologies, it's important to safeguard your funds, especially for new users. Increasing cyber threats and frauds are a major concern globally. It's not just in Zambia, it's a global concern, as fraudsters try to take advantage of vulnerabilities and low digital literacy levels. Addressing these concerns is important to ensure that gains made so far in financial inclusion are maintained and enhanced. The bank has and will continue to undertake various initiatives in this regard. For example, the bank recently issued cybersecurity guidelines to all the regulated entities that have over the years been conducting countrywide sensitization campaigns. Most of the frauds are social engineered and are targeted at you and me into disclosing sensitive information to the fraudsters so that they can have access to your funds. The bank and our fellow regulators and cooperating partners have always called on people not to respond to such attempts and must report these to the relevant authorities. We also encourage two-factor authentication for further protection of ourselves. There's also the issue of digital literacy. I think this I touched on. We need to work on that. We also need to work on consumer protection. The other concern is the complaints handling. Delays in effective resolution of complaints, customer complaints, may deter the use of digital financial services. And in this regard, the bank issued customer complaints handling directives to the regulated entities. However, again, there's still more that can be done in this area by stakeholders, including the financial service providers themselves. There's also the issue of the gender gap. I'm glad when I walked in, there was something playing on the screen, and it emphasized the importance of women and their needs. We have also been working as the central bank to close the gender gap, which currently stands slightly above 5%. And as the central bank, we've been collecting gender disaggregated data for account ownership and account usage. So when it comes to bank accounts or mobile money accounts, we're able to see how many of those are owned by women and how many of those are owned by men, so that we can try to understand what challenges women may have and where we can possibly come in to help women and men equally. So as we are launching this product today, we are also encouraging women. I'm happy that I can see a lot of women here, and there are also 3 women up here, which is very good. So we are encouraging women, please use these products that are being launched today. Go digital, go cashless. That is our call, so that we can be able to see how we can help you. I've said quite a lot. I'll now conclude. So ladies and gentlemen, the bank has a vested interest in ensuring that the financial sector is innovative, it's responsive to demands even from SMEs. What do MSMEs want? The financial service providers and the regulators must be able to be responsive to your demands for financial products and services that will support the country's economic growth, while at the same time maintaining financial system stability or financial stability. It is essential, therefore, that the financial sector continues to expand its portfolio of products and services by leveraging technology. Therefore, we are glad that today, COMESA, in partnership with UBA, have responded to one of the pain points for cross-border traders for MSMEs. Once again, may I take this opportunity to congratulate COMESA and UBA for launching the cross-border prepaid card. I thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Director of Payments, Madam Miriam Kamhuza. Indeed, I think regulatory framework is very key for us as COMESA Business Council, so even as the financial services industry, we can't do anything without the blessings of the regulator. So thank you very much for honoring us. At this point in time, I now invite our guest of honor, the Mayor, Your Worship, Madam Costas Nalishebu Mlewai.
No, we can take our seats. We can take our seats. Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Before I proceed to deliver the Honorable Minister's keynote speech, I would like to welcome everyone to the beautiful city of Livingstone. I am reliably informed that we have our sisters visiting us from Malawi and any neighboring countries. Please feel at home because you are at home. To our Livingstone residents, it's always a pleasure to stand before you and in a conference and welcome you to your own city. And I trust that you will do the due diligence by showing our visitors the beauty that this city has to offer, including our Might Victoria Falls, and also to encourage our visitors to remember to keep our city clean. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here. It is an honor and privilege again to welcome you to the great city of Livingstone and here at Radisson to launch the E-Academy, and I'm glad that we have met again for the launch of the prepaid cards and proof of concept in the Zambia-Malawi trade corridor. CEO, we want to thank you for honoring your promise, coming back to the city and contribute to the economy of Livingstone. And we trust and hope that this can be an annual conference where you come back all the time. And please feel at home because, like I said earlier on, you are at home. It is now my singular and honor to deliver the speech of the Honorable Minister, who was supposed to have been the guest of honor at this event, Honorable Chipoka Mlenga, MP, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry. I had a meeting this morning with him. He conveys his love and greetings. He would have loved to be here, but he was called for an urgent meeting by the head of state. But however, on his behalf, he sends his love and greetings. The representative of the Bank of Zambia Governor, Mrs. Miriam Kamhuza, the Commerce Business Council Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Teddy Subramanian, the representative of the UBA Bank Chief Executive, Ms. Tola Adebayo, the Bankers Association of Malawi Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Linus Nkungula, the chairperson of Cross-Border Traders Association of Zambia, Mr. Goodson Mbewe, members of the Commerce Business Council, members of the press, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It brings me joy to welcome you all to this significant occasion, which marks the launch of the cross-border prepaid cards for the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, in Zambia and kick off the proof of concept, POC, for the Zambia-Malawi trade corridor. Allow me to express a special appreciation to our international guests from Malawi for finding time to come to this important event. I encourage you to immerse yourself in various activities of the tourist capital, Livingstone. Your visit to Livingstone will not be complete if you don't visit one of the natural wonders of the world, the Might Victoria Falls. Ladies and gentlemen, I extend my gratitude to the COMESA Business Council, CBC, for inviting me to officiate at this important event, whose aim is to launch prepaid cards for cross-border traders to ease business transactions. I'm confident that this initiative will contribute towards ease of doing business and thus facilitate trade within COMESA region. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the importance of initiatives thus facilitate the free movement of goods and people across borders cannot be overemphasized, as they contribute to the accelerating intra-Africa trade. Research has shown that the estimated benefits of the African continent free trade area for Africa countries are significant. For example, the World Bank estimates the real income gains from full implementation of the AFCFTA could increase by 7% by 2035, or nearly 450 billion US dollar. This can only materialize if the business community in the COMESA region and beyond is supported with an enabling business environment to reach full potential. It should therefore be noted that initiatives like prepaid cards for cross-border traders and the regional retail payment platform for MSMEs in the COMESA region will be key enablers for trade. In the era of unparalleled connectivity and digital innovation, we have an opportunity to redefine how we conduct business transactions and empower our citizens, especially cross-border traders. The Zambian government, led by His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, is committed to facilitate trade and has taken bold steps to drive digital financial inclusion, creating an ecosystem where every individual, regardless of their socio-economic status, can access formal financial services. Ladies and gentlemen, we have paved the way by developing a progressive regulatory framework that promotes innovation while simultaneously safeguarding consumers and upholding the integrity of our financial systems. Our dedication to striking a balance between fostering innovations and protecting our citizens distinguishes us as pioneers in the digital trade landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, in pursuit of advancing digital trade, Zambia and its cooperating partners have forged robust and strategic partners in mobile technology and digital wallets. These partnerships are revolutionizing how our citizens market and pay for products and services through e-commerce platform. The collaboration among players demonstrated that we can unlock the full potential of digital trade. I am happy to note that COMESA is at the forefront of digital transformation using its digital retail payment scheme. The scheme serves as a testament to our shared vision and an unwavering determination to unlock the untapped potential of our region. I'm confident that the prepaid card for MSMEs will serve as a tangible initiative of implementing the COMESA digital retail payment scheme, ultimately propelling us towards a future where digital financial services and e-commerce is the norm. By embracing this regional retail payment scheme and the prepaid schemes, we send a resounding message on our determination to spearhead inclusive economic growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I conclude by urging everyone to embrace the transformative moment of innovation and continue paving the way for a brighter and inclusive future. Let us build a COMESA region where no individual is left behind, cross-border trade flourishes, and prosperity knows no bounds. As we gather here to celebrate our achievement, let us work even harder so that the benefits accruing from the use of prepaid cards can inspire MSMEs beyond Zambia to subscribe to the innovative tool. Let us continue on this collaborative path, which can empower millions and usher into a new era of prosperity. To the COMESA Business Council and administrators of the prepaid card for MSMEs, my office and technocrats at the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, and the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises Development will be keenly waiting for periodic reports on the performance of the prepaid card initiative and its impact on cross-border traders. With these few words, I wish to officially launch the cross-border prepaid cards for MSMEs in Zambia and declare the commencement of the proof of concept between Zambia and Malawi. I would like to thank you as I conclude for your kind attention and for choosing Livingstone once again as the host for the launch of your e-card. May God bless you all, and I thank you.
Thank you very much, our mayor, for those remarks, for the official launch of cross-border prepaid cards, as well as even unveiling the commencement of the proof of concept between Malawi and Zambia. At this point in time, we'll do a short launch. So may I ask Mr. Luben, I think, to stand up and also maybe direct the high table to sit on the front chair. Mr. Luben Wanga, please. And Joseph, can you come in front, please, for the Malawi and Zambia? So this will involve stakeholders, banks, non-banks, like mobile network operators in Malawi and Zambia. And essentially, many people have talked about the prepaid card, the speakers, but the most important thing to know is that the prepaid card is at the forefront in as far as this journey for transformation into the cashless environment is concerned. And I want to, I think, emphasize what the Director of Payments said, that we need all of us to go digital. And the most important thing is to make sure that we are able to use these cards. And why exactly do we need these cards? Also, again, Tola from UBA emphasized the issues. He talked about like issues to do with no bank is required. We know that most people are in the informal sector, and when you look at COMESA region as a whole, about 43% of the traders are in the informal sector. So this is also one way of trying to make sure that we migrate those in the informal sector, they go into the formal sector. By doing so, you also be able to have the benefits such as maybe access to finance from formal commercial institutions like banks. But again, on the other hand, even the governments, the central banks, even the revenue authorities also be able to get their required revenue vis-a-vis tax and the others. So it's not a one-way situation, but it's a win-win. It's both the government as well as, on the other hand, the traders themselves are going to benefit. But also, you only spend what you're going to load. So if you've got, you know what you've loaded, you'll be able to spend what you've loaded. The other most important thing is about convenience. Wherever you travel, you'll be able to use the card. That's number one. But also, you can buy stuff, you can swipe. You are in a restaurant, you are eating, you'll be able to swipe. And also, you can even do transactions online. You can pay for products. Maybe you're ordering something at Amazon, for instance. You'll be able to pay for that. But also, as I said, you'll be able to budget accordingly. And now, I think this is common knowledge. Most people are unbanked. Millions of people are unbanked. And what we are trying to do is to make sure that everyone goes into the formal financial inclusion. So I also not emphasize, I think the previous speakers already had said that this card is very secured, but also at the same time is easily accessible and also low cost, which is very important, because when you look at most of the MSMEs, most of the traders, These are the ones at the bottom of the financial pyramid. So why our prepaid card? Number one, it is secured, as I've already pointed out. The chip is EMV enabled. So when you say EMV, E stands for Europay. You can pay using Euro platforms. M stands for MasterCard. You can use MasterCard. Visa as well for V. So it's EMV enabled, the chip, but also at the same time, it's interoperable. Teddy mentioned about that we were able to use the card. We were testing the card. We were able to use it in Zimbabwe. So it's interoperable. But also, you don't need to worry about going to debt because you know, I've loaded into my card maybe 20,000 kwacha. This is what I'm going to spend. So today, in this launch, we are trying to make a commitment. We are not only launching, but we are trying to make a commitment. So our commitment is to say that we want to empower you as traders, but also at the same time want to simplify your life. And again, we also want to make sure that your financial well-being is very good. I'll quote what Albert Einstein said. He's a physicist. He said, insanity as in being mad is doing things in the very same old way and expecting a different result. So we need to change the way we do our business. We have to migrate from the traditional way of doing business and go into the digital way of doing business. And again, this is not a crisis, but we must take advantage of it, as also Winston Churchill said, never let a good crisis go into waste. We must take advantage and make good use of it. So the future is here. It's through the card. So going forward, this is the stepping stone going into the digital platform. As you have heard, we are about to launch the regional payment platform, and this will be done next year in August. And the prepaid card is also one of the initiatives in as far as migration into the digital platform is concerned. So thank you very much for your attention. So we are now officially launching the prepaid card. And at this point in time, I'll also invite our mayor to come here in front to click the launch. But can we have good sound again, Joseph? Next we go for a group photo, then after, outside all of us with our guest of honor, then after the group photo, we'll have go for presentation of the cards to a few traders as well as the certificates, and then we'll break for lunch. But for now, our next item will go out for photo. Miriam, please, can you guide us? Is the place for the photo ready? And you can start, then we'll follow you. Cards to the users, and the rest will just give them to you. So We'll start with the certificates. Marianne, is Marianne around? No. Nandeka, is Nandeka around? Okay, so when I call your name, please just come in front to get the certificate. Your certificate. We'll start with the certificates first. Then after the certificates, we'll do the prepaid cards. And to get your certificate, it's not like maybe it's a number 1 or number 2. Everyone passed the training with distinction. So it's just, I'll just be calling the name. So please quickly come in front. The first one is Madam Betty Chikwabi. Can you please come in front, Betty Chikwabi? So Madam Betty Chikwabi went to Zimbabwe for the testing of the card. The second one is Carlo Kandindima. The third one is Malao Halwindi. Please come in front. And the last one is Mr. Hape Mafumu. Sorry, and the other one also is Ridi Asoka. Yeah, thank you very much. And now we go to the prepaid cards. Also, as I said, and as you have heard from the speeches, we'll have 500 pilot cards to be distributed across the Zambian borders. And don't go, Marianne. Where are you going? Okay, so so for the cards, we'll also do likewise. We'll do 5 cards just as a symbolic, just to show that indeed it's a real card. It was tested in the Zambia border side, and this is the card which was shown. So we start with, for the cards, please also again, in the spirit of time, please, you should rush through to the front. So Rebecca Banda. Thank you. Sylvia Lifumbo. Thank you. Christine Piri. Thank you. Richard Mulena. and Karen Ngoma. Thank you very much. We can have our seats. We are almost coming to the end of our program. So at this point in time, let me just invite the CEO for Bank Association of Malawi, Ms. Linus Nkungula, to give the closing remarks, and then vote of thanks by Goodson, the chairperson.
Ms. Constance Murewai, the Chief Executive Officer for COMESA Business Council, Director of Payments for Bank of Zambia, the representative for the CEO for UBA Bank, the chairperson for Cross-Border Trade Association, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the place. It is my honor to stand before you this morning to do the closing remarks. But before I do so, let me thank your worship for actually inviting us to your city, but more so for the warm welcome that we have received. I should say here that I'll come again for a holiday. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, from the presentations that we have had this morning, I've actually taken 4 key words. Actually, listening from the presentation from the Bank of Zambia, you would actually feel that you are in Malawi, because the challenges, the milestones that the Bank of Zambia have had so far, they are more or less similar to what we have in Malawi. So the 4 key words I've taken from this workshop is that the card is interoperable, because without interoperability, there's no way we can do cross-border trade. There's no way we can transact, even in Zambia, nor in Malawi. We have also seen the security features of the card to say that your money, my money, is secure in the card. So let's use it. Let's not use cash. When you come to Malawi, you also see that we have an agenda of cashless society. I've seen the same in Zambia. So let's use the security in the card for our security. And then there is need for financial literacy, because without financial literacy, then most of us, especially from the rural areas, they wouldn't know how to use the card. Social engineering is real. People are giving pins anyhow, and their money is robbed because of that. So we need financial literacy wherever we go. And the last word and the best word of all is to transact. Because if we don't transact with our card, then we can't build our history, our credit history, for us to access loans from the bank. So let's use the card. Let's transact with the card. And more especially, the pleasing thing about it is that it's even given to those people that are not banked at the moment. So our guest of honor, if we are to go with the world, you will see that finance industry is actually evolving, and it's evolving fast. And digital revolution is the only way to go. The MMOs, the microfinance, and the banking sector cannot afford to lag behind. Otherwise, we will live in our own developed space that is unpleasant to us all. Time to move around with cash is long gone, and we need to embrace the new culture and move along with the rest of the world. The digital revolution is comfortable in a way that it offers protection, and if your card is lost or stolen, you report and limit the liability for unauthorized charges. Let me also plead with the banks, the MMOs, and the finance sector to come up with solutions that are tied without giving problems to the end user so that our products are trusted and used at all times. To the SMEs, this is our product. Let us use it. Let us transact with the banks to build that trust and access to finance with ease. From the national anthem of COMESA, it says hard work is the key to prosperity. So let's work hard. We have an adage to say that if you educate a woman, you have educated the whole village. And I'm saying that if you do business with a woman, or if you transform a woman through business, then you are transforming the whole village. So let's work hard and transform ourselves. Thank you so much, Your Worship, once again, for being with us today. This is an illustration that the government can only move if we have the political will. And to CBS, thank you so much for coming up with this. You are a pace setter when it comes to cross-border cross-border trade. And we believe that the financial literacy programs that you have started with Zambia will actually go to other member states so that we move together as we take our cross-border trade along with our people in different member states. To the SMEs, please go forward. Don't look back. We need to transform ourselves. It's pleasing to note that a lot of us are women here, and we can transform everything. From the figures, we have seen actually that 95% are SMEs. So if we develop the SMEs, then definitely the economic development of our nations will actually be